Good morning, children. Today I am going to discuss Bohr's model of atom. Niels Bohr in 1913 proposed a new model of atom on the basis of Planck quantum theory. So, the main features we are going to discuss one by one. The first one, according to Niels Bohr, in an atom, the electron revolves around the nucleus in certain definite circular paths called orbits. What is the first point? This point is in an atom, the electron revolves around the nucleus in certain definite circular paths, and that circular path is called orbit. It is now the second point. Each orbit is associated with definite energy, and therefore these are known as energy shells. These are energy shells. Numbered 1, 2, 3, 4 onward are denoted by K, L, M, N. So each orbit is associated with definite energy, and therefore are called energy shells. Correct? Now the third point, only those energy orbits are permitted for the electron in which angular momentum of the electron is a whole number multiple of h upon 2 pi. This is very important point. Third point is really important. Only those energy orbits are permitted for the electron in which angular momentum of the electron is whole number multiple of h upon 2 pi. You can write mvr. mvr is the angular velocity, is equals to n into h upon 2 pi, where n is the whole number 1, 2, 3 likewise. So the fourth point is, as long as electron is present in a particular orbit, it neither absorbs nor loses energy, and its energy therefore remains constant. It is okay. But the fifth point, when energy is supplied to an electron, it absorbs energy only in fixed amount as quanta and jumps to higher energy state away from the nucleus. It is okay. Means when energy is supplied to an electron, it absorbs energy only in fixed amount as quanta and jumps to higher energy state away from nucleus, known as excited state. This state is known as excited state. Now the excited state is unstable. Means excited state is not a permanent state. It is a unstable state. The electron may jump back to the lower energy state and emits the same amount of energy. So suppose previously the electron was in the energy state E1. When it absorbs quantas, goes up to E2 excited state, but excited state is not permanent, it is very short time state. So it again emits the energy, and that emitted energy will be of del E, and del E is equals to E2 minus E1. It is okay. Children, these 5 points you have to remember Bohr's model of atom. Now the next point we are going to discuss, it explained, means Bohr's atomic model explained the stability of an atom. It is correct. It helped in calculating the energy of electron in hydrogen atom by the formula En is equals to minus 2 pi square m e raised to power 4n z square upon n square r square, where m is the mass of electron, e is the charge of an electron, Z is the atomic number of hydrogen, N is the energy cell, number of energy cell, maybe 1, 2, 3 likewise, and R is the Rydberg constant. So by putting all these values, once again we are getting a new value, and that is En is equals to minus 2.178 10 raised to power minus 18 into Z square upon N square. Joule per atom. We should remember all the time the units. But children, for hydrogen atom, where atomic number is 1, what will be the energy? En is equals to minus 2.178 10 raised to power minus 18 into 1 square upon N square. And therefore, this value will be in joule per atom, but when we convert this value to kilojoule per mole, then it will be different. For hydrogen, this energy is considered minus 1312 upon N square kilojoule per mole. Correct? So children, you go through all these discussions, but there are some limitations of Bohr's model of an atom. So let you also go through those limitations. Bohr's model of atom explained the atomic spectrum of hydrogen atom, but could not explain the atomic spectrum containing more than one electron. Means although it explained the atomic spectrum of hydrogen atom because it contains only one electron, but it couldn't explain the atomic spectrum containing more than one electron. This was the limitation. And now the second point, Bohr's model of an atom could not explain Zeeman effect and Stark effect. We will discuss Zeeman and Stark effect afterward. So children, this topic is very important and interesting, and better you do more practices of the numericals in your exercise book related to this formula. We will discuss the next topic tomorrow. Thank you. Have a nice day.